What have I been watching? Finally, I get to finish the Crocodile Dundee series. I did review the first two Bill and Ted movies, so check that out. I reviewed Lucifer Season 4. Check that out on my main channel. So check all that out. And I will be talking about more Disney Plus stuff coming out this Friday. So stay tuned for all that coming out. Be excited. I know I am. So I'm excited for the third episode of Muppets now. And I believe the one and only Ivan, don't quote me on this, is coming out this Friday. So I'm excited. And I will be talking about it. So, Crocodile Dundee 2. Because we talked about Crocodile Dundee in the last episode. I watched Crocodile Dundee 2. And it's not as good as the first one. It's still like a fun, escapist, dumb kind of movie. It's not really a smart movie. The kind of movie you just throw on, have fun. It's kind of ridiculous. But it's like, it's more unique in the way it's presented. And I really like that. But it's just like, so it's the same as the first one, except it's reversed, right? Because the first half is in the jungle, in the wild, and then the second half is in the city, and then so it's like the opposite in this one. So the first half is in the city, and then the second half is in the wild. So it's like, it's kind of the roles are reversed, and then they fight like some evil villains, which are kind of cool and kind of really violent for a PG movie. But it's fun. I enjoyed it. And it's really entertaining. It's kind of really stupid too, but it was really fun to watch. But just like the first one was just better because it's just like you're just watching everything that you already saw in the last movie. And it's like, do you really? It's just a retread. It's not a bad retread where like, yeah, we're just totally doing the same thing. It's just like, no, we're doing something different, but not different enough. And so it kind of makes it goes, eh. But it still feels like a natural extension of the last movie. This, on the other hand, Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles, does not feel like that. Does not feel like that. This film is horrible. It's so cheaply made. It looks like a direct-to-video movie. The only one who returned for this movie is Paul Hogan. Linda... I don't know how to pronounce her name. If you know how to pronounce her name, this girl right here. You know how to pronounce her name, do so, please. Tell me how to do that in the comments down below. But, like, she doesn't return in this movie. And it's in Los Angeles for whatever reason. It's just boring. It's stupid. It's not very well made. It's like, why did we... Okay, you get why the second one was made, right? The second one was made because the first one was like a surprise hit. It made like boatloads of money. Like it was making more money every week. Week after week after week. People kept coming back because it was like word of mouth. And people were like, yes, this movie right here. Awesome movie. This movie right here. Also, it's not that. It's just like, so they made the second one because it made a lot of money. And then this kind of, it didn't do as good as the first movie. And so they're like, yeah, it didn't necessarily bomb, so we'll make it this. And it's like, it doesn't feel like an actual continuation of the first movie like the second one does. There's a reason nobody talks about this movie. Like, if you're a fan of the first one, you know about the second one. You've probably seen it. And there's people who haven't. But for the most part, everyone knows the first one. And some people are aware of the second one somewhat. And so, yeah, they exist. They're cool. But, like, this is just like, nobody knows this exists. It's not good. It's awful. It's not a natural continuation of the movies. I was going to say Crocodile Dundee is the greatest movie trilogy of all time, but this third one ruined it. It ruined it! It ruined my dreams. Crocodile Dundee. The greatest movie trilogy of all time. I was joking, but still. This was like, it wasn't as bad as I'm making it out to be, but it's just like, meh, it's so boring. It's weird how this movie's rated PG. It's actually more violent than the second one, which is also rated PG. But like, I don't know. It's just a stupid movie. See, these were like fun escapist movies. This is just like, who cares? Let's just make this kind of movie. And it's like, it's fine, I guess, but like, who cares? Clearly not the people involved. But Paul Hogan is always good in these movies. So he returned. He was fun in the movie, which that's nice. So I don't know. I try to look up some reviews to see what people thought about Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. This is how not aware people are of this movie. There's not a single review anywhere on the internet that I could find. I'm serious. I can find that for just about any movie, but no. Last thing I watched here was Another Day in Paradise, this PBS documentary, which was awful. Why am I just watching awful things? I don't know. But this film is boring. Or documentary. It's really boring. It's not very interesting. Kind of what it's about is it follows these these people who like are trying to. They kind of go over the history of like these ships and stuff, but it's just told in like a non-interesting way, and it's not all that interesting. It's really boring, and like, yeah, I hate this. Like, it's so boring. I can't understand why documentaries are made. Like, there's a scene where like a guy in this documentary, he's just singing, painting up the ship. And like, this isn't like a clip of something that actually happened. No, this is like a film clip that they filmed specifically for this documentary that actually happened in real life. Why would you put that in this film? Like, this is a documentary. It's supposed to be interesting and educational and things like that. And you just put random crap like that in there. And it's just like, why did you make this? Why? I'm glad I only paid $1 for this at the Dollar Tree, because this is utter garbage. Honestly, be wary about documentaries at the Dollar Tree, because Dollar Tree gets in a lot of garbage documentaries at their stores. And the reason why is because nobody likes documentaries. Most people find them boring. And so they don't have that many of sales. And so they're awful stuff, okay? Awful movies. But they end up at the dollar store, and because nobody wanted them. And it's just like, yeah, I bought like a World War II documentary DVD, and I watched it, and it was like literally VHS tape rips. Like, they didn't upscale it to like DVD. They just put this thing on DVD. Like, it wasn't clear picture. It looked horrible. Documentaries were boring as sin. The most basic, boring, uninteresting documentaries, and they just look like VHS tapes, but on a DVD. They had like over 6 hours of documentaries on these discs, but they put them all on one disc, and it was horrible. One of the worst things I've ever bought at a store ever was that thing. I hated that thing. I snapped it in half and I threw it away because my thought was, if it's broken, I can't give it to someone else who wants it, because it's awful and no one should ever watch it. It's so low quality that a company putting that out is kind of unacceptable. Like, it was literally the quality of a VHS tape on DVD. How do you even do this? I do not even know. I don't know. I legitimately don't. Yeah, I mean, I can't even think about it. But, yeah. I guess we'll go over the movies I need to watch. This one is actually playing in my background at the moment. Waiting for Superman. So I'll be talking about that soon. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Just got this yesterday. Lock Up. Angels and Demons. Frank. Frontera? I don't know how to say that. Freakonomics. The movie. Maximum Impact. Beyond Skyline. Ideal Home. Iron Cowboy. El Dorado. Temple of the Sun. Not the good El Dorado animated film, just that version. We'll see if that's any good, though. Dark Was the Night. So, I'm going to go over here now. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I didn't miss anything. Epic. A film that has a title that it is actually not. Casablanca. Gone with the Wind. It's not racist. Sorry. It's just not. Inception. Midnight Special. Is it Midnight Special or the Midnight Special? Midnight Special. Okay. And then finally, Ten Commandments, the 1956 version, which of course I've seen before, but like I haven't watched this exact Blu-ray copy of it, so I need to rewatch that. I've been planning to do that for a few days. It's really hard because it's such a long movie. So let's go over all these movies and count them. That's 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8, a 9, a 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 16. So we got 16. 19 movies. 19 movies right here. We have like 20 movies here basically. Almost. To watch. It's going to take me a lot of time to get through all these. I'm going to get through them all. Some shorter than others. Just take my time. I'm excited to do that. I'm going to put all these back now. But, let me know what your favorite Crocodile Dundee movie is. Have you seen Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles? Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? I don't really care. I'm a snobby critic who hates everybody that has an opinion different than me. That's my life. That's not true. I know people think that about critics, and anybody who thinks that about critics, I'm sure there are some like that, but for the most part, I'm not like that. I mean, unless you're just saying something that's legitimately wrong or idiotic. Like, I think Aladdin, the remake, it was a great translation of what the animated film did. Like, that film's a comedy, live action film's not a comedy, so no, it was not. Like, someone could say, well, I enjoyed it either way, and that's fine, but, you're saying something that's factually incorrect, and if, because it's not a comedy like the original, that's just factually true, and, yeah, and when I say comedy, I don't mean, like, a straight-up, like, comedy, like, I mean, like, a slapstick comedy. And some people don't realize the original Aladdin was actually a comedy, but it is an actual comedy, and that's the point of the movie, like, that is, so if you don't realize that, I don't know what to tell you. That's the point of the movie, though. So, but I'm not a snob who just hates everybody who has a different opinion. It's just like, I just know a lot of people just have like the most nonsensical feelings on things. I've had people comment on my Lion King remake video. I disagree with everything you said. Please don't hate, like, as if I'd hate on them. And it's like, bro, the film is bad. All the things I listed were kind of factual. Like, you can enjoy the film whether you care about that stuff or not. But, like, saying that you disagree with me is just dumb. Like, not because you disagree with me. I just hate comments where people are like, I disagree with you. It's like, why? Why do you disagree with me? Tell me why. Don't tell me you disagree with me, because I don't give a flying crap if you disagree with me. I just don't get it. Okay? Tell me why you disagree with me, and depending on why you'll disagree with me, I will respond to it, and I will be okay with it. That's simple.